The Link Show is just about to start. We have a brand new website, so head to thelinkcrew.com where you can see our most recent videos, play this week's Kahoot, and send in your shoutouts. Let's get started.
Today on The Link Show, we're doing our last episode in the Follow Me series.
And we've got another challenge for you.
And another Bible story.
All that and more.
Are you ready?
Let's get linked. And we are back with The Link Show. Cece,
Miguel.
we got another challenge today.
We do 3-1 at the moment.
Yeah, look, I'm not doing too well. Basically because these games are catered for you.
They're not catered to me.
I don't know, I feel like I need my boy Peter back.
Yeah, look, it was the only time
Team
you done this
chemistry was
stuff.
high.
It was a long time ago, though.
Hey, that's all right though. Cece,
Miguel.
if you could climb a tree, what tree would you climb?
Look, I loved climbing trees as a kid. I actually got lost up them many, many times. So just one with nice, thick, big branches that goes up really high. One that's easy to climb. I don't know tree names. I can't.
Well, if you know tree names, send them through to the shoutouts. But hey, right now, let's go to our Bible Preach Part 1.
Okay, so today I want to talk about the fact that when we have Jesus in our lives, we can level up, like in a video game. Let me explain. There was a couple of video games I used to play when I was younger, and I loved playing them all the time. Now in this game, you were like a good guy fighting against bad guys, so you were trying to save the world, and you had a thing called a health bar, and as you got hit by enemies, your health bar would go down and down and down, and so you would lose health, you'd run out of energy, so you had energy as well, and eventually you'd get really close to having to restart the game. But every time you got enough experience, or every time you got enough points, you would level up. So you might start at level 1 and you'd level up to level 2. And when you level up, you get all of your energy back, all the health back, and when you level up, sometimes you get different abilities in the game. And so in one game, there was an ability where once you leveled up, you could like teleport 10 meters away. It was really, really cool. But I was thinking that sometimes in our lives, it can feel like we make little mistakes or things don't go the way that we thought they would. And we can feel like we start to run out of energy doing the right thing. We can start to feel worn out. We can get hurt feelings when people are mean to us. And over time, it can feel like we're getting weighed down and down and down and down. And eventually it's like, what do I do? Is it worth trying anymore? And there have been times in some video games that I've been playing where it got so hard that I felt like quitting. I didn't even want to bother trying anymore. Have you ever felt that way about life? Maybe you're having an argument with a friend. Maybe you've got a subject at school that you're really struggling with. Maybe there's a word you're trying to remember to spell. Maybe it's a new math lesson and you don't understand it yet and you feel like giving up. It's all too hard. It's not worth it anymore. And that's what I want to talk about today, that sometimes it can feel like you're getting worn down or worn out when you're trying to do the right thing, and you can get to that point where you're like, Buckle, I don't know what to do anymore. Should I just quit? I know I've felt that way before, I know you feel that way, but what we're going to do in just a little bit is we're going to take a look at a story in the Bible of a man that made some bad choices. He didn't quite live the life the way that he thought he was going to live it, and he got to a point where he wasn't sure what he was going to do. He didn't know what his next step was going to be. But he has a moment where he encounters Jesus, everything changes, and his life levels up. So we're going to talk about what he did, and we're also going to talk about what we can do to meet Jesus and so that our lives can level up too, but we'll talk about that in just a minute.
And we're back with another game on The Link Show. I am so excited, but nervous because I see a whiteboard and a marker.
But only one.
Everyone knows I'm not that good at drawing.
So we're obviously taking turns with the whiteboard.
Yeah, but drawing stuff?
How about we ask our producer?
Let's go ask.
What's up?
Alrighty, so your opponent is gonna give you 5 facts about themselves. It's your job to guess which ones are lies and which ones are the truth. Whoever guesses the most right wins.
Time to see how well we actually know each other, Miguel.
All right, let's go. Ooh, okay. I joined my first basketball team after I graduated school. Is it a truth or a lie? You decide.
I think it's a lie. I think you played basketball in school.
Ooh, it's actually the truth. I never played basketball in school.
Really?
I only started playing basketball outside of school when I graduated grade 12.
You love basketball.
I mean, I can still beat anyone on the court. So.
Fine.
Sorry, that is a. I can play 5 instruments fairly well. Is it a truth or a lie? 5 instruments. Think about it. Musical instruments.
I think that is the truth.
It is the truth.
Yes! I knew it. It's okay, list them.
Drums.
Acoustic guitar, piano or keys.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna leave it there then because there's 2 others.
But I still got it right.
We're gonna leave it there. I used to be able to play the saxophone.
I think going off the conversation we just had, that would be true because you were very clear in just saying that I can play now fairly well.
So I said used to, right?
Yeah.
It's actually a lie.
Do you still play the saxophone?
I've never played saxophone in my life.
Man.
I've tried it once and I think I almost got an asthma attack. And then, it's, holy, my goodness. You see how much air you're gonna blow in that thing? It doesn't. Oh! Okay, I was born in a country called Portugal.
I feel like I should know this.
I was born in Portugal.
False. I don't think you were born in Portugal. You were born somewhere, but I don't think it's Portugal.
Well, okay. It is actually true. I am Portuguese. I was born in Portugal.
There you go.
I moved over to Australia when I was 4. There you go. Oh, okay. I've swam with dolphins.
I feel like it doesn't matter what I've
Had the
put.
privilege of swimming with dolphins.
I'm going with true.
False. I've
See?
never swam with
See?
dolphins in my life.
He sells everything so well.
What?
Number 1, I have gone tobogganing down the Swiss Alps.
Ooh. True.
It is true.
Oh.
It was really, really cool. It was so much fun. It was during summer and there was still so much snow, so it was actually
In summer!
Number 2, I have learnt to play 5 musical instruments over school years.
But I'm still gonna say false.
It's true.
Is it?
It is true.
Let me get the standard ones.
Go for it.
Piano, voice, guitar, violin,
And
drums,
flute.
flute. Oh.
I did the flute. I am a first-generation Australian on one of the sides of my family.
What does that mean?
So either like from my mum or my dad, I'm a first-generation Australian. They were born overseas, but I was born in Australia.
But wait, both your parents were born overseas?
Maybe, we're gonna have to find out.
False.
It's the truth.
Oh wow! Where's your family from?
My dad was born in Scotland.
Oh, that's a good point.
It was a good point.
That's a good point.
So yeah, I'm a first-gen Aussie.
Wow.
I have moved house 10 times.
False.
It's true.
Wow. Are all these statements true?
All right, last one is I've gone bungee jumping.
Oh, you look like a thrill seeker. You've gone tobogganing, so like, I'm gonna say it's false.
It is false.
It's false.
I had to give you one false. I've gone skydiving, but I've not
That's
gone bungee
terrifying.
jumping. No, it was so fun.
I absolutely hate heights. I win. Which,
Well done, Miguel.
hey,
You know me better. That's fine.
it was a total guess, but that's all right. That's all right. Hey, let's go over to this week's animated Bible story.
This is Zaccheus, and he lived at the same time when Jesus was here on earth, traveling around telling people all about God's love. Now, Zaccheus was a tax collector, which meant that he collected money from other people on behalf of the Romans. But the other Israelites didn't like tax collectors because they thought that they were charging them more money than they were meant to, and that they would keep the extra money for themselves. But one day, Jesus was passing through the town where Zaccheus lived, and Zaccheus wanted to go and see him. But Zaccheus was shorter than everybody else around him. And so he decided to run ahead of the crowd and climb up a tree to get a better view of Jesus. As Jesus passed, he looked up and saw Zaccheus in the tree. He stopped and said, "Zaccheus, today I'm coming to your house." Zaccheus was so surprised, and so Jesus went with Zaccheus home. While they were at the house, Zaccheus put on some food, and while everybody was eating, Zaccheus made a decision. He said to Jesus, "Lord, look, right now, I'm going to choose to give away half of everything I own to the poor. And if I have cheated anybody, I'm going to pay it back." Jesus, seeing the change that Zaccheus had made in his life, said, "Today, salvation has come to this house." Okay, so I love this story in the Bible. This guy named Zaccheus. The Bible says that he's a short man. He's not real big. And so if there's a crowd of people all gathering around Jesus and he can't get to Jesus himself, he can't see Jesus over the crowd, he's too little. But he knows that he wants to have an encounter with Jesus. He wants to see Jesus. But you got to remember, up until this point, Zaccheus was a tax collector. Now what that means is other people didn't like him because they felt like he wasn't a very nice person. And I can imagine that Zaccheus probably didn't think that that was the sort of person he was going to be. Like when he was younger, I'm sure he wasn't thinking, I'm going to be someone that people don't like. I'm sure that's not what he thought. I have no doubt he wanted to be someone that people liked and he had friends and he tried to do the right thing. But because life got hard, maybe he made some bad choices, he got to a point where he didn't know what to do. And so he goes out and he climbs a tree. He's probably still wearing all of his important clothes. He gets to the top of this tree and sees Jesus. And because he encounters Jesus, Jesus looks at him and says, "Zaccheus, I'm coming to your house for dinner." And Jesus gives him an opportunity. Do you want to keep living the way that you've been living? Or do you want to change the way you're living to follow my plan so that your life can level up? So you can go to a whole new level in my grace and in my kindness. You see, Zaccheus chooses the right thing. He chooses Jesus. And it says that he goes from being a greedy person to someone that is generous. He gives his money to people that need it. He makes the mistakes he's made right. He says sorry. His life levels up. I love in the Bible, it says in 1 John 1:9, it says, if we're willing to tell Jesus our mistakes, the things we've done wrong, he is able and willing to forgive us of our sins, of our mistakes, to wipe them away, and to give us a fresh start. And it's the same for you and me. If you feel tired, if you feel unsure about what you're meant to do, you can come to Jesus. You can meet with Jesus, where Jesus says, you know what? All your mistakes, I'm going to take them away. I'm going to give you another chance, a second chance, a fresh start. I'm going to help your life level up so that your energy comes back. I'm going to give you the ability to show kindness to your friends, to be helpful when other people are hurting, so that you can become someone that helps save your world. And just like in my video game, the more I leveled up, the more I could help the world in my game. The closer you get to Jesus, the more your life can level up, and the more that you can help the people in your world, and you can become more like Jesus. So remember, this is our big point, that with Jesus in our lives, we can level up.
I won again. About time.
Again?
About time.
It took you 4 weeks, but yes, you won.
4 weeks. Yeah, actually, it has been 4 weeks. I had to think about that. But hey, it's good to get another win under my belt.
Yep.
I just knew you better.
You did. That was nice to know that you actually pay attention and
I'm not gonna
listen.
lie, a lot of them were guesses. Like educational guesses. I
fair.
guess C on multiple choice. But C for CC. Didn't even
Hey!
know that. Hey, but you know, kind of upset that you didn't know where I was from.
I'm sorry, man.
Again, what country do you think I'm from?
I know you're from Portugal.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us on The Link Show. My name is Miguel.
I'm Cece.
We'll see you next time on
The Link Show. Bye.
See you later.